1 in 4 hiring managers are saying that grads are unprepared for the workforce and that they are planning to avoid hiring them in 2025. And this is not a knock on Gen Z. Gen Z as a whole has more jobs, is more employed than previous generations. This is not a work ethic problem. This is specifically a college expectation problem. Colleges sell a six-figure product in bankruptcy exempt debt to 17-year-old children, and then they tell them that they are going to make $100,000 coming out of college. There is something called a reality gap. When kids come out of college, they believe they're going to make way more than they're actually going to make. I think this is because of two reasons. One, they believe that buying something that expensive is going to return the investment that they are making, and it's going to get them a higher salary, and they are expecting something much higher than the market available wage. And the second reason is because I believe the people who teach them have no idea what the market looks like, because very few professors have ever worked outside of academia, and this includes STEM professors and business professors. It's very rare to find people that have actually worked in the industry that you're going into, and if they have, it was decades ago. So colleges teach college graduates to expect a much higher wage than they are actually going to command in the market, but they don't prepare them at all for going into work. And that is exactly what hiring managers are saying. And I can hear people already in the comments going, oh, well, it's just, there's just a bias against college graduates. Every single one of these hiring managers has a bachelor's degree or higher. So they are people who have been through the system, and they are saying that the quality of graduates that they are getting is not up to standard. And that is a very real thing that parents need to consider if they're about to pay the NCES $108,000 on average for a bachelor's degree. This is something that at this point is becoming more of a red flag on an application than a green flag. And I also want to clarify, I am talking about the 92.3% of jobs that do not legally require a college degree. If your child is going to be a professional engineer, is going to be a CPA, is going to be a JD, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to everybody else. I'm talking to everybody else who's going into business, who's going into kinesiology, who's studying things that do not legally require a college degree to do, and they should be just going to look for entry-level work instead of shelling out $100,000 to have an institution teach them unrealistic expectation, ruin their attitude before they get employed. Because when your child is young and they are applying for entry-level work, and this includes 18 to probably 24 years old, somewhere in that range, their attitude is the most valuable thing that they have. The study also found the root cause of this, I believe, which is that 55% of these hiring managers had to fire a recent Gen Z college graduate in 2024. And when you get burned like that as a business, because hiring and firing is extremely expensive and costly to your business, you will avoid hiring a demographic that has burned you in that way. I believe the entire responsibility of this rests on the colleges.